Hello my friends, Pentagon is pushing the deal for the F16 fighter jets to be delivered to Ukraine very soon. Right after the tanks delivery was agreed with our Western allies, immediately the talk started about the military aviation, and we expect to have the fighter jets at the same time with the tanks. Aviation is the major importance in this war, and still Russia has overwhelming superiority in a number of the planes. But still they cannot use them all over Ukraine because we have the air defense systems. But if we have the F-16 airplanes, around 20 of those fantastic birds, we might get the air superiority over a limited area, for example Crimea. With the HARM rockets we may destroy many of the Russian air defense systems, and if we cut the Kerch Bridge supply line, we also limit Russian forces in Crimea. And based on some media resources, United States of America may give Ukraine 29 of those airplanes. And that is just the beginning. There's the huge conflict in Russia between Prigozhin, who is the leader of the Wagner group, and Girkin. Now they have online war. Girkin is ex-FSB, and I think that he's still backed up by that organization, and he said that the leadership of Wagner is not great and they should have performed better. After it, Prigozhin told Girkin to come and serve into his army to show whether he is a real man or not, and Girkin refused. They used bad words against each other, and it's a great situation for Ukraine since we need those conflicts within the Russian Federation. Sorry, my mistake, not 29 but 24 of the F-16s. Now the talk is ongoing about those airplanes. At least we got this article from El País. Russian media resources already reported that they destroyed the Abrams tank, but they took this picture from the long time ago, 2020. I think it happened in Afghanistan. Maybe it's Iraq. Sorry my friends, I don't know the location of that destroyed Abrams tank. The Washington Post article in relation to one of the United States experts who says that Ukraine will struggle with Western tanks because we are in lack of logistics to provide supplies for those and maintenance as well, but we know about it, and United States also include in their package the maintenance and the support of those tanks. In any case, we're gonna see how it goes. Yes, we have the zoo in our army, many of the units from many of the countries in the world, but it is what it is. Our Western allies are aware of that reality and they provide the help for Ukraine. I think not a big problem here, and don't trust many of the experts. They all said before that Ukraine will lose this war in a matter of weeks, but we still continue fight almost after 1 year. Alright, it's just been reported that there was the massive attack on Ilovaisk by Ukrainian rocket artillery systems. There were reports about the 5 massive explosions. Ilovaisk is very close to Donetsk, and Russia uses this city to send new equipment for their soldiers on the eastern part of Ukraine. Basically, they offload the main part of their weaponry in that particular city. Right guys, I was really surprised to watch this video that my friend published. His name is Evgeny Travnikov, and basically I started my YouTube career because of him. Basically because he started at the first, showing me that you can be successful on YouTube as well. So it's not the advertisement or anything, I just want to share my personal story, including this van. I know this vehicle for many years because we with Evgeny traveled a lot on that one, taking motorcycles, spare parts. Yes, this car is very old, and I know Evgeny since 2007, and by that time he already got this car.
Пока не очень поздно. Уже поздно, но...
Мотор сюда и не доставляй его ничем.
And I was unaware that he donated this car for Ukrainian forces, and they use it on the eastern part of Ukraine. This vehicle survived 2 of the attacks. So you can see this van, after the artillery attack, the shell exploded not far away. The shrapnel hit the windshield and other windows, also tires, and the vehicle survived. So they repaired the van, but after just 2 weeks there was one more shell that hit nearby, and unfortunately the fuel line ignited, causing the fire inside the engine compartment. Luckily there were some of the people around with the water and the fire was eliminated. However, they still had to restore the part of the accessories inside the engine compartment. The engine itself is okay. So that's the engine, and Evgeny is very professional about the engines. He can fix almost everything. Basically, his YouTube channel is about the internal combustion engines. Yeah, for you it's just a van, but for me it's the great memory of my life, and actually it is the part of my crazy life as it used to be. By the way, my friends, we also were able to buy the helicopter helmets. They're now in United States. Also, other people helped, not just me. There are many of those that will be sent for our helicopter pilots, and also there are some of the drones that we send on the front lines. They do just surveillance job. They are not bombing anyone. Just for your information, because you may be against that, so we buy the protective equipment only. There was some big explosion in the military facility of Iran. It was the big ammunition depot, and now there is the big fire with many of the explosions. Why it happened? Probably Iranians start to smoke also. Right now, let's review the situation in Bakhmut. So first of all, Russia continued to press the city from the eastern side, and also today Wagner officials reported that they've took Blahodatna village, which is, I think, true, because based on the other military maps, they've took the whole village. Ukrainian forces, however, were able to build the defense lines on the upper hills near to Blahodatna. As you can see, we have many of the forces in that area, and they can block the movement of the Wagner group further to the south to the Bakhmut city itself. South from Bakhmut, Russia continued to press, but with no major success. So this is their huge gain. They were able to take this part under their control, but continued to press in different directions. They were able to penetrate the defense lines over here, and now the fighting is ongoing very close to Ivanivsk. But Ukrainian forces may try to counterattack, as I said to you in a previous video, from this direction and from that direction, cutting this hump that Russia created. And that's why Russia refused to go forward from this side, and now they changed the vector of their attack. As for the Bakhmut city, Russia doesn't have any sort of the success. Yes, they've took couple of buildings over here, couple of buildings on the north part, but with no major success. On the south, Russia tries to get Vuhledar under their control, still no success, and they use the regular Russian army, which is not that effective compared to the Wagner group.